Hi, Genki. I hope you're doing great. Let me introduce myself. I'm Nori. Today, I'm going to discuss about code switching and code mixing. 준비됐었나요? Code switching and code mixing is one of the vishay that we are going to learn in our language and culture society subject. Have you noticed the words that I used a while ago? I used the word genki, which means how are you in Japanese. 준비됐었나요? Which means are you ready in Korean. And the word vishay, which translates to the word topic in Hindi.
We all know that there are monolingual, a person that can speak one language, bilingual, a person who can speak two languages, and multilingual, a person who can speak three or more languages. Code switching usually happens when bilingual and multilingual people switch to one language to another when speaking. This is very common to immigrant families and in certain countries where native language is spoken alongside a former colonial language. Example, here in the Philippines we use Taglish, the combination of Tagalog and English. Code switching is unpredictable. The speaker randomly switches language without any conscious choice. In code switching, one language is dominant and we call it as matrix language. The additional language is called embedded language. Matrix language lays out the basis for the communication, while embedded language utterance from the additional language are embedded. Here are some of the reasons for code switching. Directive function, when you use a certain language to include or exclude someone from a conversation. Expressive function, when you use embedded language to express your own identity. Referential function, when you are unable to express your idea in a certain language. Metalinguistic function, when you are commenting on something said in another language. Emphatic function, when you repeat something in both language when you want to emphasize something. And lastly, poetic function, when someone uses embedded language for a joke or humor. I will give you some example.
Hey Jordan, stop playing your phone and wash the dishes. Look, there's a lot of dirty dishes.
Nanay, later na!
Are you going to stop playing your phone or chichinilasin kita?
As we can see in this example, Nanay is using English, but at the end of her sentence, she says, chichinilasin kita, a common Filipino phrase to express that she is angry and to threaten Jordan so he will immediately wash the dishes. This is one example of code switching. Now, let's go to code mixing. Code mixing happens in one sentence with a single unit language. It also refers to the hybridization of two languages. Code mixing refers to the transfer of linguistic elements or words from one language to another or mixed together. In code mixing, the speakers use words from other language, which is also known as lexical variation in language. I will give you an example.
Oh my gosh! Gracias for this photo! Está awesome! You might be wondering what is the difference between code switching and code mixing. Well, code switching is the ability to change elements from one language to another, like the scenario of Nanay and Jordan, from English to Tagalog, while code mixing is the transferring of linguistic units from one code to another, like the previous scenario where the Spanish gracias, which means thank you, was said before the English words for this picture, then esta, which translates to this is, and followed by English word awesome. I hope you understand the meaning of code switching and code meaning. But if you have questions, feel free to message me. That would be all. Thank you for listening and have fun learning.